Are you a conscious conservative? You may be a conscious conservative if you believe in most or all of these principles for which conservatives throughout time have advocated. Private property. A conscious conservative believes a person's property is an extension of themselves. No person or government has a right to take or use a person's property without that person's consent. Taxation. A conscious conservative believes that taxation is at best a necessary evil which should be used sparingly. Taxation of income or assets is the equivalent of taxing the air which a person breathes. If people want government to provide services, then those who receive the service should pay the tax. Inheritance. A conscious conservative believes that family is a more important social institution than government. Since a person's property is an extension of themselves, it is their natural right to determine what happens to that property. Government acts as a robber of graves when it imposes taxes on inheritance. Money and banking. A conscious conservative believes that those who control who can buy and sell can make the free into slaves. Rather than one all-powerful Federal Reserve or other national, international bank, there should be competing federal, state, and local private banking institutions. Public transportation. A conscious conservative believes that except for protection of traveling citizens from those that may do them harm, the government should stay out of the business of transportation. Privately funded land, air, sea, and space travel would assure an optimal mix of transportation options based on travelers' needs, rather than political expediency. Agricultural and industrial production. A conscious conservative believes that private individuals operating in a free marketplace will satisfy the production needs of desired goods and services. When government gets involved in these enterprises, decisions are made to reward political allies and punish political opponents rather than to provide producers with income and consumers with needed goods and services. Labor. A conscious conservative believes that every person has a right to use their talents and abilities in any way they see fit, as long as they do not harm another. Government should not decide who can and who cannot sell a good or perform a service. Government should also not force a person to join an organization in order to sell their goods or services. Education. A conscious conservative believes that an individual has the primary responsibility for their own education, and parents have the responsibility to raise and educate their children. There should be no government schools. There may be public schools, but they should be locally operated and funded by parents, employers, and other institutions or individuals who have an interest in the education of children. To further these beliefs, the blog A Conscious Conservative has been created to both educate people and bring like-minded conservatives together. In the beginning, it will focus on 3 key issues: ending the Federal Reserve System and fostering a transition back to sound money; exposing the rigged electoral system in the United States with hopes to opening that system to alternative candidates and ideas; challenging government confiscation of private property through unequal and oppressive taxation, eminent domain, and civil asset forfeiture, i.e. policing for profit. If you are a conscious conservative, join with us at www.conservativeconscious.blogspot.com.